How do I talk to Kyle? No, that's no good.
What if I just go in the bathroom and don't come back?
They're not gonna let you leave this room. You see all them cops standing at the door? You see all them cops standing at the door? We knew this was a trap.
But I have to pee. What you want me to do? Pee my pants?
They didn't have to take those 3 people out to have 10 cops in for COVID. You see how bullshit that is?
There's 6 of them.
Yeah, but there was only 3 people with us. So they...
So 6 cops in.
No, so they bring 6 cops in and take 3 people out because of COVID. You do the math.
Easy
It adds up to the perfect number, don't it? I don't know how to get out of here. I went to go to like the Facebook.
I don't have Facebook.
No, how were you on it the other day?
My computer.
It's sad.
I don't know why we can't just have a conversation.
I don't know.
Like, why? Just why? Tell me why. Like, give me a legitimate reason why. And how did she know that I was crying? Like, she was like looking at me. Like, how did she know that? So rude.
See, that guy's a chopo.
They all are.
Yeah.
Why can't you talk to us? I just want to talk to him.
I don't know.
Okay.
I have to go to the restroom. I cannot hold it any longer.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be right
I'll
back.
hold it up for you.
Huh?
I'll hold it up.
Stand your ground. I have these filings.
What?
I have these filings and we're coming out of this court. We're going into federal court. We just had to get this out of the way. Federal court's next. And then we'll just keep going up the ladder. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, she mentioned something about CPS, and I was like, yeah, let's do that. And she was like, that's not how it works.
Well, you have a choice, but you don't have a choice. It's very confusing, I know. I know. I know, it's very confusing, I'm sorry. I can't make it make sense. This is, what they're doing to you is terrible. Your dad should be ashamed of himself.
I don't know why somebody would do this to their own kid.
Heartless.
Why in the world would you do this to your own kid?
No soul. No heart, no compassion, no empathy. No care for anybody. People that care about other people don't. This is ego.
I just want to leave you alone.
I know. I'm sorry.
I just want to be left alone.
I'm sorry, baby. I love you. Your dog's gonna miss you.
Don't say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't mention.
I just thought about him. He's gonna miss you. Your dog's weird. He's so weird. He's like... You can't see me. I'm incognito now. Your dog's weird. He's cute though. I love him. He's a cutie.
My baby.
I know, he's your baby.
My baby. I would never do that to Dick. I'd never be doing this to my dog. That's messed up, man.
What?
Listen, I would never do this to my dog.
No. But your dog's been to jail a bunch of times.
That's his fault.
I know. I found one of his mugshots last night in the paperwork I was going through. And he's like, dang, they got me again. Shoot.
I don't know why he's doing this to me.
Because he don't care. He'd rather have this.
Why?
Because he thinks he's right. He thinks he's justified in his action.
You can't just be mad at girl who's messed up. He said no to loud. Yes, James.
Calm down.
Look, he's gonna miss me. Okay, angry.
I'm waiting there.
I'm about to get mad.
Don't get mad.
Why? Are you kidding me? Is Jackson Kennedy saying this?
Huh?
Is Miss Jackson Kennedy saying this? Because I don't
Let's see what evil he's got now. What'd you do? What'd you do? Who do you think the highest bidder was?
I'm deleting all my social media.
Who do you think the highest bidder was?
I don't know.
This is sick. This is really sick. This is how kids get trafficked. This is child trafficking. All day long. Child fucking trafficking. Oh, Kyle said they got completely escorted out the building.
What?
I am the anti-pop. I'm going to bring to the day drop. I am
Why?
the anti-pop. I'm going to get
Why do you want your kid to be sad? You make me sad. The reason I am sad and depressed is because I don't want to live with you. That's my dad. I can't even talk to my own dad.
No, we're not gonna have a confrontation right now.
I'm just trying to talk to him. That's my father.
We're not gonna have a confrontation.
this shit show.
Don't even let me talk to my dad. He's the reason I'm here and yet I can't even talk to him.
I don't make the rules. They're not my rules. You're sick. You fucked up. You're a sick motherfucker. You should be ashamed of himself. child trafficking. You think it takes all these cops to make a little girl go to her dad's? Not a normal situation.
This isn't normal.
This is not normal, no.
And he says that we don't live a normal life.
No, this is not.
The life that he's created for you to live.
This nothing about what's going on here today is normal. Hell no.
I'm shaking. I'm so angry. I'm mad. I'm mad. D's mad. I'm angry. Like, what the hell?
D's mad is what you just said. D's mad.
D's mad. I can't even talk to my own dad.
No. They don't want you fighting.
Can't even have a conversation. It's bullshit.
Watch your mouth. Let's see. You'll be 15 this summer. 16, 17. You're on your own.
Five months till I'm 15.
Then you're gonna fly on your own.
Just leave.
You won't have to have the escort no more.
Just leave. I can do it.
All right, court's now back in session. And you may be seated.
Good afternoon, everybody, again. Before we go on the record, is there any change in momentum? Are you going with that voluntarily?
I don't want to go with him.
I didn't ask if you want to. I understand you don't want to. I asked if you are going to go with them.
No.
Ms. Farrar, I need you sitting up here, and I need you back in the seat.
You want me in this chair?
Yep, please. I'm sorry. Thank you. You can move your stuff. I'm not trying to separate you from your stuff. I just want to put it. I'm going to turn that mic on for me. Are you also proceeding on your writ?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Neighbor, I guess. Okay. Okay. I know you were absent. Let's wait before you go on. I know you were absent for some of what happened. I came out and addressed the parties in an effort to have a peaceful transition. Since there's no peaceful transition, the court has determined it's going to proceed on its own motion for criminal contempt that we were here on initially, that the court was willing to forego if the child went peaceably. So just so you understand, we're going to catch you back up. The child has indicated to the court that the child would rather go into Child Protective Services than with dad. We may have to make that call after this hearing, just to keep you advised. Okay.
And I did let Commissioner Monahan know that I'm gonna be late because I have a 2:30, that's why I left.
I'm sorry. I'll try to hurry this through.
Okay.
Okay. We are back on the record. It's a new record, though. On 14 SLDR 02617-01 and 21 SLDR 00544. The 14 SL case is Freiner versus Judy, and the 21 SL case is Judy versus Freiner. In the 14 SL case, the court had called today on its own motion a hearing for criminal contempt against Ms. Freiner for having failed to appear last week for court and to produce the minor child on that day. That was February 3rd. The court thought that the motion had been at least temporarily resolved. The motion has not been temporarily resolved, and therefore the court's going to proceed on the motion for criminal contempt. In addition to that, set today was the 21 SL case. That case is a case that was filed by Mr. Judy with a writ of habeas as it relates to Ms. Freiner returning the minor child to the petitioner whose custody it has been ordered that she be in. And as a result of what has transpired today, that writ is also going to go forward as I understand it. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're going to go around the room again and introduce ourselves. We're going to start with, on the 14 SL case, the petitioner, Ms. Freiner.
Angela Freiner.
Thank you, and the respondent.
James, did you say your name?
James Judy, Your Honor, is present.
Kathleen Shaw for Mr. Judy.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
And Venus Jackson Gordon and Lytle is present as well on both cases.
Could you hear Venus? Yes, Jack.
Say one more time.
Venus Jackson Gordon and Lytle is present on both cases.
Okay. Okay. So the court's just going to make a quick statement on the posture of the case so that all the parties understand the posture of the case. The court entered a modification judgment on August 28th, which was amended on December 23rd of 2020. That order granted respondent Mr. Judy, and the court's going to refer to petitioners Ms. Freiner and respondent as Mr. Judy because that's how it is in the 14 SL case. And the motion, the court's motion for criminal contempt was filed in the 14 SL case. So the modification judgment that was entered in the 14 SL case, the controlling one, granted respondent Mr. Judy residential parent status. As the court understood it, Ms. Freiner did not return the minor child to father's custody after the winter break. As a result of that, the respondent filed a motion for temporary restraining order. The court entered a temporary restraining order on January 15, 2021, requiring, among other things, that petitioner return the minor child to the respondent in Montana as she was supposed to have done under the court's modification judgment. That was not done. The court held a TRO/preliminary injunction hearing on January 29th, 2021. At that point in time, Ms. Freiner appeared. She did not appear with the minor child. The case, that hearing was conducted by video. At that time, the petitioner indicated that she would comply with the court's order and that she would bring the minor child to the courthouse to return to respondent on February 3rd at 8 a.m.
Are you recording?
That
That's not my phone, that's
consent
Delilah's
order.
phone.
Okay, can you?
That consent order was entered, and that required. Okay, then, Ms. Freiner, were you just recording?
That's not my phone, that's Delilah's phone.
I don't care whose phone it was.
I wasn't recording nothing, no.
Okay, you're gonna have to open up your phone and show my video.